Man, that's such a good song, isn't it? I love that song. How's everyone doing tonight? It looks like we have a little bit smaller of a group, so hopefully questions are going to be manageable. But first, I need to ask you guys a question. Can you hear me? Somebody please let me know if you can hear me, because I literally got this computer working like 30 seconds before the stream went live. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll just keep talking. Okay, there's Spivvy right there. Thanks, Spivvy. So with that, I am Frozen. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll go until we answer everybody's questions, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour. I don't care. Let's get questions answered. And like I said, everybody, thanks for joining me today. Let's start off with Eames Outdoors. Let's see. When was the last time I went tent camping? It was at Minister Creek last year in the fall. And what is it that I love about hammock camping so much? Like I said last time in the QA, is I have a lot of neck and back issues. Those seem to be non-existent in the hammock for whatever reason. I mean, I like sleeping in a tent. I just don't feel as comfortable as I do in the hammock. So that's really the only reason. If I could get by on just sleeping on the ground, that'd be great, because the hammock is a little bit more weight, to be honest, but it's a lot more comfortable, at least for me. Ryan asks if I plan on sticking with the Exos, or do I have plans on a new pack in the near future? I was looking at Z packs. I'll be honest. The Arc Blast, the additions that they made with the carbon fiber stays this year or last year, look really appealing to me. However, I really want to talk to somebody that has a Cuban fiber pack or has the pack for a while and see how it's held up. I know I've been watching a dude named Will Wood. He's hiked the AT, the PCT, the SHT, a whole bunch of trails, and he seems to recommend it a lot, but he also works for Z-Packs. So I'd like to talk to somebody who doesn't work for Z-Packs and see what they say about it before I make a decision there. Hi, Mike from Beaver, PA. What's up, buddy? Let's see. Icarus1 says, I'm looking into getting a handheld GPS. Any recommendations? I think the DeLormes are really great. I've heard nothing but good things about the PN60. But you might want to try just using your phone. Download an app called Map My Hike, View Ranger, Gaia GPS. It may work out for you, but if you do need a handheld GPS, I would definitely look at the DeLorme. Eames Outdoors. What do I think the best hammock is out there and why? Warbonnet Blackbird for me. Why? Because it has a little shelf that I can put all my stuff in. It hangs to the right side of me, so if I have a hat or extra socks or camera gear, I can throw that all on the shelf. And then it has that foot box, so you constantly lay on that diagonal. What's the most versatile? I'd say really any hammock is going to be versatile. It all depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to have a bug net, then Hennessy, Warbonnet, Dream Hammock, those are great options for you. But if you want something to be really versatile and you want to be able to remove the bug net, then you might want to look at Dutchware. Again, Dream Hammock, I believe, has a couple models without it. And then some of the Chinese knockoff models are actually really good too. I want to say Ohuhu, which is a funny name, but they make a really good hammock, and it's like 20 bucks. But with that, you're not getting a suspension. Just keep that in mind. Let's see. Stowe? Thanks for doing the QA. No problem. My pleasure. It's fun to hang out with you guys. Any plans on doing a hang with your subscribers again next year? Yeah, if you're not currently a fan of mine on Facebook, just find Outdoor Adventures and like it. It will be announced there. I try to keep it strictly on Facebook just to avoid any problems and making it public on YouTube. But we're definitely going to plan something this year, May or June or the fall. I just need to get some ideas on where 10 plus people can hang without running into any kind of regulations. But it's definitely going to happen. I've had a lot of positive feedback from all the people that were there last year, and I definitely want to do that again for people this year. Hopefully more people can meet, kind of mesh, and then go hiking together, which is exactly what happened to a couple people that I'm talking to. Let's see. Badger backpacking. I am new to backpacking. How cold should you use a 3-season tent for winter camping? I live in Colorado. Colorado, your winters get pretty cold and pretty snowy. That being said, I'm only used to winters in Pennsylvania. You can use it all the way down to 0 degrees. It just the four season tents, they have a double wall to kind of prevent condensation. They have a extra strong poles in case it's heavy snowfall. But there's nothing wrong with using a 3-season tent in the winter. You just got to keep in mind of your weather forecast. A couple years ago, I went to Minister Creek. We had some snow, not much, but it was definitely clammy in the tent. I had all the windows shut, so you have to allow for ventilation too. So just be careful. I can't really give you a solid answer on that, but there's nothing wrong with using a 3-season tent in the winter, as long as it's not deep winter camping. Let's see. Ryan, there are no dumb questions. So you asked, I've never hung a food bag. Do birds ever mess with my food? And how do I prevent them from doing so? Well, it's not really birds that you have to watch out for. It's more the little rodents, the annoying squirrels, chipmunks, mice, rats, those kind of things. Not to mention bears and stuff like that. But I always hang a food bag. It takes an extra 30 seconds. I would just get a food bag. That's how you prevent them from messing with your stuff. I've hiked with people that have left snacks accidentally in their top lid or in their their hip pockets, and went to sleep, didn't think anything of it, but in the morning they had holes in their backpack. I mean, you can see that in the Dolly Sods video that I posted a little bit ago. So yeah, definitely hang your food. What's up, Ian? Hey, you finally made it, buddy. I've been waiting for you. All right, Mike asks, I know you said you had a base weight of about 11.5 pounds. What is your summer overall pack weight in Exos with consumables? Let's see, with consumables. I want to say, well, it depends. Are you doing it 4 days? Are you doing it 6 days? It really depends on, how many days you're going out. But I'd say with 3 days of consumables, I'm probably around 18, 19 pounds. That might be overestimating. I'm not sure, but I'm a little bit higher than 11.5 pounds. I'm like 12 point something. If you look at any of my videos, in the description, it'll show you the current 3-season gear list if anyone's interested. It shows the weight and exactly what I'm using in all my videos. Garrett Fisher asks if I've ever tried bear canisters or have I only ever hung my food. Personally, I've only ever hung my food. Now, some parks require you to have bear canisters, and not only bear canisters, park-specific bear canisters. It has to be on the list. The model has to be on the list. I'll probably dabble into that next year, so I'm definitely going to get some kind of bear canister, like a bear vault or something. What brand budget hammock would you start with? Warbonnet.com. Buy the Warbonnet Traveler. It's the hammock that I use for the winter. It's just your standard hammock. You get a choice of whoopee slings or cinch buckle suspension on it, and it's pretty darn cheap comparatively. The only thing it doesn't have that you can maybe add later is a bug net, and Dutchware and a whole bunch of other people sell bug nets. But definitely Warbonnet Traveler. Also DutchwareGear.com has a ton of hammocks. They're all pretty much customizable. You can get different colors, fabrics, sizes. Everything. You can get a lot of stuff. All right, let's see. Okay, so you can hear me. That's good. My next planned hike. I don't have a next planned hike, but I wish I was outside right now because it's actually 9 degrees here, Fahrenheit. And I was talking to Gary a little bit ago, and had it been like a Friday or a weekend, we would be out there right now because we really want to try our winter gear in really cold conditions. But next hike should be sometime in January, I'd say. Speaking of which, at the end of this QA, the next full-length adventure video is coming out. So if anyone wants to check that out, it'll be available right after this chat. Let's see. Tyler asked, my daughter is 16 and under 120 pounds, 5'4". Can you recommend a pack? Um, no, but I am 5'5", and the Exos fits me fine. It's also unisex, so you might want to take a look at that one. Just go up to if you have an REI or any kind of outdoor store, they'll be able to fit you. Any good outdoor store, they'll be able to fit you. Have her bring or have the store put in items into the backpack and have her walk around the store for like 15 minutes and make sure it's comfortable. Do not leave that store until she knows for a fact that it's comfortable. Keenan Potter asks, hey, trying to switch to a quilt, can you suggest a good low-cost quilt? I prefer down, but other material will work. If you're on the ground and you're okay with using it in temperatures above 50 degrees, I highly recommend the Costco down quilt to try it out, see if you like it. It's $20. You have to go to a Costco to get it, but I'm using it for the summer and it's been great. I've only used it over 2 trips so far, but it's been fantastic. Other than that, you're going to be paying money for quilts. They're just expensive because it's a real niche company. Crazy Kev, thank you and welcome back. I will keep that in mind. Yeah, definitely the durability on the Cuban fiber tarps. That's what I was thinking because they get abrased really easy. Let's see. I'm reading all your comments, but I'm just going to scroll down to the questions. Arcana has a really good question here. Do I feel YouTube trip videos are leading to overcrowded trails and hidden gems in inexperienced hikers? That's a really, really good question, dude. I think it might be. I think people are trying to do a lot of imitation. Not saying that, I wasn't imitating when I was out there. I mean, or when I was first starting. I think you see someone like, for instance, Shug. He goes hammock camping in negative 20 degree Fahrenheit weather. Okay. I think some people see that and they think that they can do it without testing their gear, and I have a big problem with that. Every piece of gear that I own, I go out behind my house and I test it for 1 or 2 nights, at least 1 or 2 nights. I never take a piece of gear that I've never tested out on a trip. And I think that, clothing, your sleep system, anything that keeps you warm, I think really needs to be tested because I'm seeing a lot more people on the trails, but I'm also seeing people like wearing jeans. And I know they just have no clue. And it's really sad. But the more people, I think, watch YouTube videos, I think the more information can spread. Now, whether that's bad information, we've yet to see. But, man, that was a great question. Thanks for asking that. I hope I answered that for you. Crazy Kev, why do people use shock cord for their tarp guy lines? Also, what is the best way to set up a tarp for a hammock without knots? All right, the shock cord part. I use a little loop of shock cords on all of my D-rings for my tarp. The reason why I do that is, well, there's 2 reasons. For one, I was using a sil nylon tarp. Now, sil nylon is known to stretch whenever it gets wet. So that shock cord takes that stretch out of that tarp. That's why most people use loops of shock cord. I don't know about using shock cord for the entire guy line. I'm okay with loops, but I don't think you should be using it for the whole guy line. You need some kind of non-stretch. But that's the reason. But the second reason is I have a lot of Dutchware bling, and I need the shock cord to make the setup a lot easier for me. I don't need it with the Cuban fiber tarp. I really don't. I should just be using it, but it works well even with the Cuban fiber. All right, let's see. Also, what is the best way to set up a tarp for a hammock without knots? I really like Dutchware Gear's continuous ridge line. If you don't want to tie any knots, look that product up, dutchwaregear.com, continuous ridge line, or it might be called the CRL. It'll allow you to put a Prusik loop onto your D-ring, and it'll allow you to move it back and forth on this continuous ridge line that stretches between the 2 trees. It has a wasp on one end and a tarp fly? I can't remember. Something. A tarp, some kind of clip on the other side. So no knots. Let's see. Little shop of hammock rocks. Let's see. Would you... Matt G wants to know, will I be hiking all 310 miles of the Superior Hiking Trail? So yeah, I hadn't announced this yet. But yeah, I will be hiking the Superior Hiking Trail. I actually have my guidebook to it now. It has a whole bunch of maps and everything that I need to plan this trip. I will be going with Gary. 260 miles is what I'll be hiking. I'll be hiking from the Canadian border to Duluth. After that, you're not allowed to do any kind of primitive camping. I don't think you're allowed to do any kind of camping because a lot of it's on private lands. Maybe one day I'll do the whole thing, but it's going to be too hard to get the hotels in between that. But yes, I will be doing that entire trail down to Duluth. It's going to be awesome. It's supposed to happen sometime in September. I will check him out, Badger Backpacking. Thank you. Crazy Kev, I talked about it. Yeah, we're going to switch the JMT for the SHT. I think it'll be more my style as far as being able to hammock camp the whole thing. Oh, see, I hate when it skips. So let's see. Where am I? Okay, right here. Favorite overall hammock, War Bonnet Blackbird. Oh, suspension. I'm sorry. The cinch buckles. They're too easy. It's absolutely too easy. It just makes a lot of sense. I really, really want to like whoopee slings, but there are just some trees that you just can't hang from, where you can on cinch buckles. It's not a big weight difference, but it saves you a heck of a lot of time, and it's a lot easier in my opinion. Ian Fry, I wish you would have got the bat trying to get your food on camera. I think that would have been an awesome video. We could totally do a meetup in Zion. The problem is finding a meetup location that's not completely overcrowded. I've seen that place in videos, and it is completely overcrowded. Let's see. I'm reading everything, guys. I'm just making sure that I cover all of the questions. Bradley Hagberg, I will be going to the Linville Gorge next year. I have my map. It got postponed last year because I had a little injury and we wanted to hike the STS more. But I will definitely be going down there and the Smokies. Chris Ward asks, how about a sled for winter hike? Laurel Highlands looks like a good spot. Yeah, I kind of want to get a polk, as they're called. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I need that. I want to test out the snowshoes with, just a backpack for now. The T Spivvy says he wants to see a video of me climbing a bald peak. We'll make it up there soon. We'll make it up there very soon. Maybe in the summer. Garrett Fisher wants to know if I ever thought about coming to Washington State. Depends. You guys still have grizzly bears there? I think you do. That really scares me. But if I can convince Gary to come with me, then probably we'll go to Washington State and check it out. Mike asked, have I tried any other food options outside Mountain House or Backpacker's Pantry? Curious on your thoughts on backpacking food. No, I have not, but I promised some viewers that I would check out Packet Gourmet. So we will try that out next year. I just like the easy backpacking meals. I mean, Mountain House works for me. I'm not a real big food guy. So, yeah, we'll get to it. We will get to the food, though. Tyler, yes, Linville is in the future. Let's see, great idea. I know, yeah, definitely test your gear before you go out there. Michael Kovac, how did I get the name Frozen? Real fast, the full story is in the other Q&A, but I was in chorus class. We had to give massages. Obviously, the girls paired with guys, guys paired with girls. I was giving a massage to this girl. Someone bumped me. My hands went down her shirt, and she turned around and said, "Damn, you're Frozen." The name kind of stuck. I used it in a band, and I've never gotten rid of the name. I like it, too. It's fun, I guess. That's a good story, I guess, too. Let's see. Recommendation for your sabbatical hike next year. Plan in advance. Make sure you get a permit. Yes. Yes, I know all about that, Ket. Late to the game here, but yes, I'm from Pittsburgh. Follow me on Facebook, Jason Horn. We're trying to do a meetup every year, but I announce it officially on Facebook. Ian Fry, yes, there'll be more beginner backpacking videos coming. It's probably as soon as it warms up. I don't want to do one in the winter just because that'll be a whole nother topic. Winter is a whole nother animal compared to 3-season. Thanks for the people that are talking about the excuse me, I can't talk tonight. Thanks to the people that are talking about Z-Packs. You guys are giving me some great information. Okay, Austin Bragg. He hopes to come to PA for a hike in the spring. Do I feel the 70-mile LHHT or 42-mile Black Forest Trail is more difficult? Looking for a good solo trip or challenge to start the year. I think the Black Forest Trail is going to be a lot more challenging. I would stick with the Laurel Highlands hiking trail. The reason why I'm saying that is basically your first day, doesn't matter what direction, I recommend starting in Johnstown and going to Ohio Pile. But your first day is just going to be uphill, and then it's going to be basically flat the whole way until you get to the other side of the mountain. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot more scenic too. It's one of my favorite trails. I would definitely check it out. I suggest 5 days if you feel comfortable about hiking about 18 miles a day. All things outdoors. Yes, as a very avid fisherman, do I ever fish on the hike? I wish we were in. It was a funny story actually. I have a backpacking fishing rod, right? I brought the fishing rod on the trail to Morrison, and I showed this in the video. We were heading down to the lake, and I completely forgot the bait, so I didn't even get to go fishing that time. But we did have it. It will happen eventually on a nice chill trip. I will hopefully catch myself some dinner. I think that'd be really neat. All right. Do I have any trips regarding backpacking with toddlers from friends? We hike and car camp, but doing our first backpacking trip in three or so months. Do I have any tips regarding tips? I'm sorry, tips regarding. Don't plan anything too far. As soon as they want picked up, I mean, I don't have kids, just from what I know about kids. Just as soon as they want picked up, they're done. Go back to camp. You know what I mean? Maybe go a half a mile to start, see how they do. I don't know. Good luck with that, though. I wish you all the luck in the world. What tarp would I recommend that's not Cuban fiber tarp or Cuban fiber? I would recommend the War Bonnet Edge. It's about $90, I believe, and it's a great tarp. It's still nylon. It packs down to almost nothing. It doesn't weigh a lot, and you can find it on warbonnetoutdoors.com. And it has plenty of coverage too. All right, let's see. Gotta try the State Fair chili. I'll keep that in mind. From Packet Gourmet, I assume. All right, go fish. Nice. Besides Laurel Highlands, what is another place close to Washington worth trying? You're from Barnesville, Ohio, and I'm looking for new hikes besides West Virginia. Try the, well, it depends on if you're looking for a longer hike, but the John P. Saylor Trail is pretty cool. Not really sure around Washington. But there's plenty of hikes in Ohio Pile. You don't have to do the whole Laurel Highlands. Ohio Pile is beautiful. They have waterfalls. They have whitewater rafting. They have, there's some kind of place, I forget what it's called, some kind of building. It's on the tip of my tongue. But I'm going to have to look up. Falling Water. Falling Water. It's a little like tourist trap. It's some crazy architecture with like streams running through the house. It's pretty cool. But definitely look at Ohio Pile, though. It's really fun to go there. Let's see. Do I do anything special to prevent ticks? Asked 68 Hambone. Yeah, there's a product called permethrin. It's made by Sawyer. You can also get concentrated stuff for a lot cheaper, which is what I use now. But you want to spray permethrin all over your clothes. You can wear long pants, or if you're like me, wear shorts and then check your legs, whenever, you stop or take a break or whatever. The permethrin will cause some kind of nervous reaction in the insect, and they'll kind of just fall off of you. They won't be able to latch on. Remember, ticks don't jump. They are on, trees, low-standing trees or brush, and they kind of latch on and then crawl up to a soft, warm spot. So you definitely have to watch it. Definitely spray your underwear, spray your pants, spray your shirt, spray really anything, any kind of clothes that you're going to wear. And that should keep you safe. I've never had a tick since I started using permethrin. Let's see. Where are we? Yes, ULA is awesome. Gary has a ULA Ohm. Definitely check them out. Daniel, I will check that out. Thank you. Give any thoughts on doing the Kahana Trail that I mentioned that is east of the LHHT? It's a 70-mile loop. Yeah, I think that's where Gary actually wants to go. So that will be definitely on the list. I'm not sure about next year. We'll try to make it next year. I know for conditioning this year, I'm doing the Laurel Highlands again, probably with Meerkat, aka Alex. And we'll be doing it in 4 days because I need to condition the hell out of my feet to get them ready for the Superior Hiking Trail. How do I feel? How do I like the Kinzoo area of the Allegheny Forest? When I went, that's near Morrison, I believe. It's at the south end of Morrison, I believe. But it was really, really crowded when we went. Granted, we went on a weekend, but it was really crowded. I kind of like the more secluded areas, but it's a beautiful area. It's right on the lake. So all things outdoors. Or am I going back to the Red River Gorge? Yeah, eventually. I would like to take Matt there. Matt's one of the new guys I started hiking with last year, and we will check out Indian Staircase and Cloud Splitter. I'm not sure if there's going to be a video for that, but it is definitely an outstanding place, especially if you can get down there on a weekday. There won't be anybody there, and you can kind of have everything to yourself. What is my maximum driving mileage for a trip? If I want to go somewhere, I'll go. If I need to fly, I'll definitely fly. But I don't really have a maximum mileage. If I'm really into something, I will just go do it. Mike asks, what was my favorite trip of 2016? Let's see. I hate to keep saying the Laurel Highlands, but I honestly think it was. The STS was a very, very close second, though. And which is really funny because when I was out on that trail, I was like, Jesus God, why am I doing this trail? My feet are blistered. It's raining out. We're probably going to get eaten by a bear. But then Woodsman showed up with a cooler and, four beers. And it was a really good time. I had a lot of fun there. And it's trips like that that make you grow as a hiker and appreciate everything that you have out there. Yes, grizzly bears are in Washington. But yeah. We'll see, Garrett. GPS Garmin bought DeLorme. Oh, they don't make the PN60 anymore. That's a shame. I heard a lot of good things about that. Yeah, Garmin's probably good too. All right, hot for the hills. All right. We will be in Blairsville, PA area next July for a wedding. Anywhere near there that would be good for hikes. I am terrible with directions, but let me see really fast here. Blairsville. Let me see what's around there real quick. Oh my goodness. This Windows 10. I had to use my music PC for this stream because I'm having some main problems with my main PC. Some major problems with my main PC. Blairsville, PA. Alright, while I'm looking that up. I hate the anxiety of driving to get there. I always wanted to be instant. Yeah, if we could figure out how to break ourselves down and teleport over there, that'd be fantastic. But, just not possible. I mean, hey, Blairsville, I didn't realize this. It's right next to Johnstown. You might want to hike, like the first section of the Laurel Highlands Trail. Also, the John P. Saylor Trail is right around there. Look those up. I have videos on both of those. So hopefully that helps you. How about the Adirondacks? I've never been there, but yeah, I definitely want to head up there. My list is growing rather long, but I will get to all these trips. Yes, actually, we're planning a couple different winter trips. It's actually 7 degrees outside right now. I wish I was out there right now, but it's going to be too late by the time I finish this. But if this was a weekend, me and Gary would definitely be out right now. The only problem with winter trips is it's very, very hard to film. Some of the camera batteries, they literally last for like 20 seconds, and then that's it. Let's see. Me and Gary should hook up with Syntax and Trail Killer. Yeah, that would be freaking awesome. I think we would have a blast. Bring some white lightning out there and just go for it. Yeah, me and Meerkat, he's also in the chat. We were on a trip last weekend, and it got down to like 23, 24 degrees, which that video will be coming out as soon as this video ends, as soon as this QA session ends. So look for that. But we missed the snow by like literally 5 minutes driving distance. When we went to grab some food after the hike, it was snowing all around. We just missed it. The long trail in Vermont. Really enjoyed backpacking. Really enjoyed backpacking. Oh yeah, I saw that video. It was really good. That was actually Sorry, Stowe asked that. Ever planned on the long trail in Vermont? But yeah, I saw Backpacking Adventures. I watch his channel a lot. He's one of my people that I look to for trip reports. And I saw that he hiked a part of the long trail. He didn't hike the whole thing, but that was actually in the works for this year. And then I was like, well, let's go big. Let's go do the Superior Hiking Trail, in a different area of the country. So, yeah, I'll get on all these trails. I will. It's just I have to keep putting it on the bottom of the list because I have a lot of trips planned. If you like the Superior Hiking Trail, the Boundary Waters has some really nice loops. If seclusion is what you seek, the BC. Okay, I will add all that to my guide. What camera do I use? I use this one right here. It's a Sony Handycam CX405, and then I have a Nikon AW110 for bad weather. Let's see. Purple Kool-Aid. How did I handle all the rattlesnakes I came across? I assume you're talking about the West Rim Trail. First of all, they don't want to bite you. Okay, that's the last thing they want to do. Their venom takes a while. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe once they bite something, it takes a while for their venom to replenish. So that's the last thing that they want to do. It's a protection mechanism, a defense mechanism. And the way we dealt with them is we just gave them space. They can lunge. I believe it's 3/4 the length of their body. So you have to watch out. You can't just like say you're here and the trail's here. You can't just walk down the trail with them being right here. You have to, what we did is we went around them way past 3/4 length of their body. But, you just got to watch out. They will rattle at you. They will let you know they're there. They're not just going to strike you. When you go over a down tree or a log, what I do is I tap my trekking pole before I step over, and that'll at least start the rattle. That'll at least alert them that something's going on. So make sure you guys do that. Don't just step over a log blindly in rattlesnake areas. Linux, yeah. Oh, you're a Linux user. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I was... Google actually needs to make a Chrome operating system or something for PC that's actually useful. Cranberry Lake is part of the DAX, not the High Peaks. Is Gary sticking with the tent? I don't know, Ian. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing. I kind of want him to switch to a hammock because, in all honesty, it is a pain in the butt to find him camping spots. He's one of those people that is just picky as hell. He just has to have the perfect flat spot with no rocks. I'm like, dude, why don't you just get in a hammock and hang wherever the hell you want? But I'm hoping he switches. I really, really am. Peter says, hi, I'm planning a backpacking trip and really got into backpacking after watching your videos. Awesome, Peter. Send me a message and I'll watch you. Let me know when you're done with your trip. Yod for Poolman. Hey, love the content. Where would you recommend going for beginner gear? REI, eBay, and if you're looking to get out of the snow, could always come down here to Arizona. I'll get right on that. REI is your best bet for beginner gear, especially for backpacks. They will size you. They have this little torture device they'll put you in and mark on your back and tell you exactly what backpacks will work. They're pretty good there, and they're all outdoor enthusiasts for the most part. So definitely check out REI. Let's see. After seeing the Syntax 77 videos, do you plan on a White Mountains trip? It would be a great video. Yes, but not in the winter. Not in the winter. I will definitely head up there. I'm thinking next year. I know I keep saying that, but I definitely need to do a lot of trips next year to, like I said, get my feet ready for the SHT. On the STS, what pole tent did Gary use? Okay, so Gary uses a tarp tent notch. Just Google them, you'll be able to find them. It's a cottage vendor shop, so you can't just buy them in a store, but they're really, really light, and the tent uses the trekking poles that Gary already brings, so there's no tent poles per se, but you use your trekking poles to hold everything up. What's a good first-time overnight backpacking trail near Philly? Justin, I'm not sure. I'm not from that area, but if you look up Philadelphia region state parks on Google, I'm sure any of those state parks are good for beginners. Start at a state park. They'll have accommodations for you, and they usually always have a ranger on staff. Let's see. The T-Spivvy, be honest, do I think Adventure Archives is too preachy? I can kind of see what you're talking about. I know what you mean. Here's what I think, and I'm just going to lay it on the line. I think Adventure Archives is very new as far as camping and hiking goes. They're learning very, very fast. I like what they're doing, where they're taking good camera equipment out there. But the way they talk, you can tell they actually enjoy hiking. It might be a little bit about money for them with all their Patreon crap, but that money is actually paying for them to get airline tickets, etc., etc. So I don't think they're preachy per se. I think they have a lot of learning to do, but I do think they're on the right track. And I do watch them. I'm subscribed to them and I watch everything that they do. So that being said, I hope that answers your question. You are welcome, Justin. I'm from Canada. Where would be a great store to look into? I don't know. Hopefully someone in the yeah, okay, I see some people are helping you out already. Good stuff. Any other hobbies you have besides backpacking? Yeah, I just recently got a firearm this year. So I'm loving going to the range and just firing off a couple hundred rounds. I think it's really becoming a very fun hobby of mine. So I'm looking to get more into that next year when it warms back up. On the side, sometimes I like to play guitar. Sometimes I like karaokeing. Other than that, I just work. I guess that's my only other hobby. I used to like computers, but I can't stand computers. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. Though I do have to build a new one, so maybe that'll kick me off back into liking them again. Eddie Johnson, I enjoy your videos. You should do a long AT section soon. Check out my hiking videos. Will do, buddy. Thank you very much. Does Gary have a YouTube channel? Asked Chris Thompson. No, but I really wish he does. I've said he should make one for a long time. But that dude, he's lazy. He's a lazy dude. He's never going to do something like that. I'm still waiting on his pack video from last year for Cranberry Lake, which he said he was going to do, but he never did. Let's see, Mac.com. Okay, who is my favorite to watch for gear reviews and also for how-to videos? Um, hmm, I don't trust gear reviews. I think a lot of people get their gear, they like use it in their house once, and then they rave about how it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I don't trust anybody's gear review videos. Um, Not to like toot my own horn, but if I don't like a product, I will give them a really crappy review. So yeah, don't trust all the reviews you see, guys. I mean, do a lot of research. If you want a good review site, check out, what is it? Not Outdoor Gear Review, but I mean they're a good site, but I can't remember. I will. Yeah, I trust him, but there's another. I can't remember what the website is. Outdoor Review. Outdoor Gear Lab. That's what I'm trying to say. Outdoor Gear Lab is a very, very good resource. Now, they don't have a ton of gear, but it is very in-depth, and I definitely trust them a lot. Why is Windows 10 popping up the store? Ah. Anyway, let's see. What is the highest altitude that I've been in? How do I prepare for altitude sickness? I haven't had to prepare for altitude sickness, actually. Hopefully, I will get up in Vermont and check out the White Mountains. And, you know, I know I don't think you get altitude sickness up there, but I don't know. I honestly have never had to come across that. I know some of the videos I watched, they had to prepare for it little by little. But, yeah. Let's see. I geek out on gaming PC builds videos on YouTube. You should make a time lapse when you build yours. You know what? I'll consider that. I have another channel that I just throw random crap on. It has a lot of stupid crap though, like playthroughs of Final Fantasy and stuff that nobody watches. I have like 8 subscribers, but maybe I'll think about it, Ian. That's a good idea. I have never hiked in Jasper, Peter. Over that way, I watched your hammock suspension parts review. What suspension setup do you currently use? Currently? What is your most trusted setup? I really like the cinch buckles. We talked about this before. I just think they're easy to use. I don't really think they will break anytime soon. I really like Whoopee slings next with these Dutchware spiders. It's a really good system. But some places I'm just not able to hang where I want to hang. So I like cinch buckles. I think they're great. Yes, don't trust gear reviews unless you're positive about the person. What gear is on my Christmas list? Nothing this year, which is amazing because you guys ever feel like you're never going to get all your gear? This year I didn't spend a lot. I finally got my first check from YouTube. It wasn't a lot for the amount of time that I put in, but I was able to get a 3/4 length hammock gear summer underquilt. And I was going to go Enlightened Equipment, but I did this totally for the channel. I actually wanted to try out hammock gear, just so I can give my review on them. So that's what I ended up giving myself for Christmas. Other than that, I have bullets on my Christmas list this year. I think I'm hoping Santa Claus just brings me bullets. That's it. Because I've been shooting a lot from out of the gun. Let's see. How near in the future is the Loyal Sock? You know what? I'm hearing this Loyal Sock a lot. We might have to move it up into May next year. That's what I'm thinking. Is there a height or weight limit for hammock systems? Yes, and usually they will tell you on the product. You have to be careful with that because some of the Chinese knockoffs you see on Amazon, not just Chinese knockoffs, any knockoffs on Amazon, they'll have a weight limit of like 150 pounds. Don't get that. Don't get that. Just get a well-known brand and you should be fine. But definitely check the weight limits. Yeah, the Outdoor Gear Review does mostly review military surplus stuff and stuff that, you know, YouTube vendors are sending them. But you know what? That's cool. because every once in a while you find a hidden gem that no one knows about. I mean, he has a lot of good stuff. Okay, I'll be honest. I watch all of his trip videos and his hike videos and the random chat videos. I don't watch any of those unboxing those stupid battle box things or any of that crap, but I will watch a review if I'm interested in it. Have I had any overnight bear issues? In the Gatlinburg area, we have a ton of bears. Chris Thompson asks. No, I haven't had any bear issues that I've seen. I've heard things at night, and I just yell out, hey bear, and usually that takes care of the issue. But yeah, that's kind of my worst nightmare is waking up with a bear sniffing my back. Don't even want to think about it. I think as long as you're careful with your food, careful with eating your food, and make sure you hang your food, I don't think you'll have any bear issues. Let's see. Yeah, Arcana, he does do review of crap people send him, but I've seen him give bad reviews to that crap. So he's one of those people that I feel like I could trust. I like him. I watch him. But, just stay wary. You never know. Found your channel a few weeks ago and wanted to say, hey, you have been amazingly helpful. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Tim, and welcome. Thank you for watching. Was I ever really scared on the trail, either from weather or wildlife? Yes, I was. There was a time in the Red River Gorge, I have it on video. I got up to near Hanson's Point, okay, and what it is, it's a trail that's not on the map, okay, it's a whatever that word is. But I went off the trail, and there's tons of pine trees, and it's just like walking through brush. They're little pine trees too. I got up to the top, and I could see and I could hear the weather coming in from the cliff. And I was just like, oh crap, I gotta get my hammock set up, I gotta get my tarp rolling. And it was just one of those things like, what do I even do first? Like, this is crazy weather. The wind was probably 50, 60 miles an hour. I'm not even joking. It looked like nothing in that video, but it was blowing like crazy. It was thundering, there was lightning all over the place, and all I wanted to do was get out of the wind. I lost the trail. So I began to think, what the hell am I going to do? I lost the trail and I have no idea where this thing is. So then I started telling myself, you have a tent, or you have a hammock, a tarp, you have food for tomorrow, you're going to be fine. And watch that video. It's definitely one of my most scared moments. Nice, ramen bombs. A+. Stowe, I got a M&P, or Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. Do I know that Super Mario Run is now available in iTunes? I hate iTunes, so no, I don't know that. Adam Z. Outdoors says, a friend of mine swears he had a coyote sniffing him during the night. I find it hard to believe. I mean, you never know. I mean, they're curious little creatures. And Hot for the Hill says, I actually had a bear sneak up on me while I was napping in a hammock. It is startling. Yeah, I bet. I mean, you wake up and you see a huge animal. I mean, that's got to be crazy. Speaking of Shug, woo, buddy. Let's see. Okay, we got coyotes coming in at camp. Yeah, I've had coyotes howl at me. Not at me, but I've heard coyotes howling. Have I ever watched Far North Bushcraft? This guy walks the walk. No, I have not, but I will check it out. Does anyone have any more questions? I think I've finally reached the end of the list, and we made it in under an hour. How about that? Round of applause. That's awesome. And I can't wait for that new Shug video. I'm excited. Now I really want to watch it. Dude, whenever he had that because I missed it the first time he had the Shug shirt thing, the promotion, I was like, I gotta get one. I love it. It's really, really comfortable too. I wish it was synthetic. I could wear it while I'm hiking. But anyway, guys, we're not going to do this next month, but maybe in a couple months I'll have another announcement video. I don't want you guys to get bored, and I want to kind of build up some questions. So save your questions for next time. I'll let you know when it's going to happen. Maybe toward the end of winter, and I will talk to you guys next time. Remember, after this video, the new video of Outdoor Adventures goes live. I hope you enjoy seeing Meerkat and me freeze our butts off. Eddie, yes, I always carry now, no matter where I'm at. Oh, he has a frost bib? Well, I better get off here, guys. I'm gonna go watch the Shug video. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I hope I answered everybody's questions. And remember to be safe and have fun out there. Thanks for joining me, guys. And check out that new video. Everybody go watch Shug's video first, though. Take it easy, guys.